Alright, hello, and welcome back. This is going to be a tutorial video for the Cragheart solo scenario DLC level. Just going to go through the strategy I use on my brutal speedrun to beat the level. And so this will be applicable for any reason you need to beat this level, but if you have a file with all of the characters, you should do the speedrun because it's lots of fun. So let's go ahead and start out. I'm not actually going to take a level 2 card here. But for level 3, I'm going to grab Blunt Force just for the initiative. The initiative on it is pretty good here. There are 2 bear cards that are faster than it, but it outspeeds all of the ooze cards, which is nice. Rock Slide, I think that card's pretty self-explanatory. No Cragheart rolls out of bed in the morning without Rock Slide. Petrify, you don't have to have Petrify. You could take Stone Pummel instead, or Kinetic Assault. But just being able to kill a normal target is really nice. Dig Pit, I mean, you really need the invisibility in this level. You're not going to beat this level at higher difficulty without invisibility. So if you are just playing casually and you don't have Dig Pit, just play this level on normal. I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but you are going to hate yourself. And then level 9, this is what it's all working towards. This strategy is going to be basically just short rest and use blind destruction, and then short rest and use blind destruction. So, let's see, don't need rock tunnel. I think that's it for my level 1 cards, and then I take everything except the level 2. Yeah. Then on to perks, I'm going to go ahead and skip out on the on this add a -2 for 2 +2s, just because I will be doing some attacks that are not at advantage, and so I really don't want to draw a -2 on any of those. And like the extra benefit of drawing a +2 isn't really that good. Also, that would just add it would just add 3 extra cards to the deck, and I am going to be donating to get some blesses, and so this would just make me less likely to draw the blesses. These rolling pushes, they can potentially make you not take some damage. These rolling leaves can be really good. Rolling wind wouldn't do anything for us, and neither would effects or scenario effects, item or scenario effects. Then let's go ahead and just get those blesses before I mess up the gold. I haven't played this level in a really long time, but my strategy is pretty self-explanatory. I think Eagle Eye Goggles is the only thing you would really want to go for here. I mean, you could make an argument for Iron Helmet, but I think Eagle Eye Goggles are definitely the way to go. Cloak of Invisibility. On a solo scenario, you really just need Cloak of Invisibility. We do have Dig Pit, so you don't necessarily have to have this item, but I think that this is the best possible chess piece for this scenario specifically on the Cragheart. Then for hand items, since we're level 9, we're just going to be abusing the heck out of our level 9 card with both an Unstable Explosives and a Volatile Bomb. And that's going to be our entire plan for the whole level. We're not going to have enough money to buy any boots because we really need stamina potions. So I'm going to double up on stamina potions and then just buy a minor power. And that will be it for items, and we already donated to the church, so I think let's go ahead and jump in. I'm trying to think if there are any other item things that I could potentially recommend. If you are not level 9, you really want both a Brilliant Blade. Where's my Tremor Blade? There it is. And a Tremor Blade. And you can go for like a full melee build. Using like Forceful Storm and something like Kinetic Assault, or if you have it, Lumbering Bash. Like, you can get really powerful attacks that just one-shot the enemies, and the Brilliant Blade lets you consume the light and prevent the Sun Demons from healing, which is really good, because the most dangerous thing that those guys can ever do is just heal all of the allies around them, or they can use the light to just heal themselves for 3, and all of a sudden, all of the damage you've dealt to them just disappears. So, there are definitely some intricacies to this scenario, but with the way I'm playing it, this strategy only works if you have the level 9 card. But with that in mind, we can just talk a little bit about what I'm going to be doing. So I'm just going to move up into position and set up backup ammunition. And that way our blind destruction is going to be a 2-target attack instead of just 1, which is very good. Then here, it's okay if the bear is faster than me, but I do want to be faster than the ooze, so I'll go for blunt force and dig pit. Bear is slower, but that's fine. We don't need him to be faster. We will just go right here and go invisible. And now we are in position to hit this sun demon next turn once he spawns right here. And the speed we're going to go, 85 with Lumbering Bash. It ties one of the ooze cards, but it's a standstill card, so only this ooze would hit me. And then I think there are like 2 Sun Demon cards that are slower than it, but we're not going to take a ton of damage no matter what. Yeah, we're just going to get hit once by the Sun Demon, so no big deal. And then Bear is standing still. So we will go ahead and increase the damage on our melee attacks with Forceful Storm, and then just attack for 5. I will Eagle Eye Goggles this, because if I draw a Bless, that's okay. But we didn't get the Bless there. So now we are going to use just a minor Stamina Potion and get back Dig Pit so that we can go invisible again. We want to do big, huge AoE attacks, but in order for those AoE attacks to really do anything, we need all the enemies spawned in. So there's no point in like damaging some of these oozes when more oozes are going to come later and then just split into new enemies. So you'll notice I didn't do an attack there. I could have just done a default attack, or I could have done the loss attack and hit these 3. I didn't want to draw the blesses on just an attack for 2 or an attack for 3. That really just wouldn't end up doing very much for me. And so instead, we just skip the attack. The only thing we're trying to do right now is just stall for time when everybody will be spawned and we can blow them up with AoEs. So the final bear is going to spawn at the end of this turn, and then the final sun demon will spawn at the end of the next turn. It's random in the game. I don't know how it determines it, whether the sun demon spawns here or here, but it's much better if it spawns right here. But we'll just have to see what happens. So I went for a long rest here. There's nothing particularly useful that I could do right there other than resting. And then right here, we're just going to go invisible one more time, and this will be the final time. Just make sure we're in a good position to hit everybody that we want to hit. We're going to be doing a 4 ranged attack right here and right here. And so we are now ready, as soon as this Sun Demon spawns, to start dealing some damage. So these oozes, they still have their heal card. Hopefully they don't draw that just because it's a really long animation for them to play. But so we need to pick our target that we're going to blow up. Okay, good. The Sun Demon spawned right here. So I'm just going to go for the Volatile Bomb in a backup ammunition right here. And then we'll do the Unstable Explosives probably right here. I could also go right here and then petrify this bear. I think that's what I'll go for. We want to get as much damage on these oozes as possible. So let's go for that first. We'll go... So you have a couple choices here. You can get Brutal Momentum to get the extra +1 damage, but then you're not super slow, and so the oozes and everything can potentially outspeed. Instead, we're going to go slow here at Massive Boulder, and this will be slower than almost everything. And that way we don't have to worry about potentially dying, although it would have worked out with these cards that they played, but that's okay. So it's about to be our turn, and we get to do absolutely insane damage with Blind Destruction. So you have to click the Volatile Bomb part of it first, and then just look for the arrows and use the R key if you need to rotate. And then I'm going to target this ooze with the second half of my backup ammunition. go ahead and Power Potion this and Eagle Eyes. You can't use the Unstable Explosives on the same attack. What do we draw right here? Very nice. So, the way it does the damage is not what it says on the card. So, it says all allies and enemies suffer damage equal to the target. It does not do the adjacency the way it should. So, the attack hits these 3 enemies, and it deals the damage that the attack deals to them. But then, when it's making everything adjacent to them suffer damage, the amount of damage they suffer is the same amount of damage that the final enemy took. So this enemy I drew a crit on, which made the bonus damage that hit everything a crit. If this attack had been a miss, it would have done no bonus damage to anybody. They only would have suffered the damage that they suffered from the attack. So I mean, that's, I guess it's a bug. It's coded incorrectly, but it can be abused, and that's why I get the blesses, because if you can draw a crit or a bless, it does insane damage. You really don't need it to kill these guys. You just need like a +1 or a +2, given that it was with Power Potion, and it still deals insane damage and can kill them really easily. But the fact that it did crit means that these oozes are all really low, which is really nice. So now I'm going to use the Stamina Potion to get my Blind Destruction back, and we can just go fast this time and use Blind Destruction, and I saved the Invisibility Cloak, so it is still available for me. So we will target right here, and right here, and we just need like a decent pull, and we'll basically kill everything. We got a +1 here, so that's really good. Since that's the final attack, that will determine how much adjacency damage everything takes. And now they're healing here, but that's really not too bad. I'm probably just going to short rest here and go for another Blind Destruction, hitting here and then right here, because that'll kill this ooze and probably both of these bears and maybe even that bear as well. And then we'll just have Petrify left, and the scenario is over. So we'll just Blind Destruction with Brutal Momentum, get the extra 2 damage. I'll target here and then here, because if the first attack kills, if it would kill this bear, then the second attack wouldn't go off. So this one first and then that one second. Big damage. Nice. It almost killed. Okay. An entire enemy left, and we still have Petrify, so this might have been the fastest this level's ever gone for me, because I got really good pulls on those attacks. But I mean, I think you can see that this strategy works really, really well, and it's super OP. So I guess that is all that I have for you. Good luck, and let me know if this worked for you, and if it didn't, then just get to level 9 so so that you have Blind Destruction. All right, have a good one, guys. Thanks.